Ikaris and Gilgamesh, two powerful Eternals, who shall win if they were to fight in an all-out battle? Well, today in the MC Clash, that's the battle we have for y'all. Like, subscribe, comment down below on any thoughts you'll have about the video. Now let's begin by going through a few categories to properly scale and describe their power in comparison to one another. We start with the aspect of strength. Who is stronger between the two? Well, in my opinion, that's quite simple. It's Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh possesses superior superhuman strength or godlike strength than Ikaris. Though Ikaris is quite physically strong, I don't think he has the same physical strength as Gilgamesh. Since Gilgamesh was able to punch Crow around, he was able to punch multiple deviants, huge and powerful deviants, to like Kingdom Come or whatnot. He, in terms of physical strength, far surpasses any other Eternals. So in terms of that, I do think Gilgamesh possesses more strength than Ikaris. Let's move on to speed. Who is faster? Well, Gilgamesh was able to react to Thena's blades and attacks, but so was Ikaris. And it did seem as if Ikaris was having a simpler time doing that. So in terms of speed, with the reaction time and flying speed, I do think Ikaris is the victor. So, Ikaris is faster than Gilgamesh. Let's go on to durability. Who is more durable? So both these characters are able to take on multiple attacks and blows from deviants and Eternals. But ultimately, I do think that Ikaris does possess a higher level of durability. I guess that might be primarily because of what we saw from him, the fact that we saw more from him than Gilgamesh. Ikaris flew quite close to the sun, and from what we saw, they had no effects on him. So he also took hits from multiple Eternals. By multiple, I mean practically all of them, besides for the useless weaker ones such as Dragon Sprite. He took those hits on, and he barely flinched. He was barely even wounded by them. So in terms of durability, I do think Ikaris is the victor. Now let us move on to hand-to-hand combat. Who has better hand-to-hand combat? Ikaris, he has way more powers than most other Eternals, and he's physically stronger than most others. He depends on his powers than his actual pure hand-to-hand combat, whilst Gilgamesh does use his hand-to-hand combat in battles more often. So because of that, I do think Gilgamesh surpasses Ikaris in terms of hand-to-hand combat. Now let us go on to the last and final category, and that is power. Who has more power, or who has the more dangerous power? Gilgamesh has incredible superhuman strength and reflexes, but on the other hand, Ikaris can fly, you can shoot lasers, have superhuman strength, and their extreme durability and whatever. So in terms of powers, Ikaris does possess more powers than Gilgamesh. So in most of the categories I've already explained, Ikaris is kind of the winner of most of them, and thus he has more powers than Gilgamesh. But who would win in an actual all-out battle? Because you never know. As the late Stan Lee said, it all depends on the actual writer. I believe that the victor of this battle would of course be Ikaris. In the Eternals movie, Ikaris was displayed to be the most powerful Eternal. Though Gilgamesh did take down multiple deviants by himself, Ikaris, he's just more powerful. He has more powers, more durability, and more speed than Gilgamesh. So ultimately, I do think Ikaris would be the victor of this fight. Though, do not get me wrong, guys, it would be quite hard for Ikaris to actually defeat Gilgamesh, since when Ikaris lasered Drug, Drug still stood up, and you could say Drug has the least amount of durability from all the Eternals, but he was still, well, he's not as bad as Sprite since she was knocked out by a rock. But Drug still has barely any durability, yet he stood up after just a couple of minutes after being demolished by Ikaris' lasers. So Gilgamesh has higher level of durability than Drug, in my opinion. So if Ikaris was to laser Gilgamesh, it would be quite hard, or it might not even actually kill him. But the thing is, Ikaris has more powers and more ways of defeating Gilgamesh than Gilgamesh does of Ikaris. Eventually, if you continuously laser Gilgamesh, eventually, of course, Gilgamesh would crumble to the ground and probably die or fall. Whilst Gilgamesh needs Ikaris to be up close and front to him for him to actually defeat and take down Ikaris. That does put Gilgamesh at a huge advantage, but I still do think if Gilgamesh was able to land a couple of blows that would drastically harm Ikaris, the ultimate victor of this MC Clash is Ikaris. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment down below on any thoughts you'll have about the video. This is MC Info with another MC Clash, and I'm out.